Hello guys, welcome to Help for Good eLearning. My name is Prashanja. I am your Django trainer. So today we are going to learn the CRUD operation. That means create, read, update, and delete. Okay. So we will see all this operation step by step in a four different video, four different part. In first part, I am going to explain you a create operation. So I have already created a code. I have already write down the code and application. I will just show you that step by step how you're gonna create application, create a data, and store the data inside of your database. Okay. So let's jump on our code chef. Okay. So this is our code part. Okay. I have my project name is my site. Inside of my site project, I have a one application, one app, that is the exam, because we are doing a CRUD operation, and the CRUD operation is based out of your multiple choice questions. Like you have a one question, and along with that questions you have a multiple choices. Okay, so we are creating an application for that application. Okay, so inside of this app we have write down all the logic. Okay, then uh, we have another basically you can say this is your project folder. Okay, and inside of template folder we have a index, result, and edit page. Okay, so first what we have to create, let's have a look. Okay, so now I'm considering that you guys already know that MVT architecture and how to create a project app and doing an entire setup of project. I just considered myself. Okay, so because I'm only explaining the CRUD operation. Okay, so you should have a knowledge of these things. So first we have to create an index.html, and inside of index.html we have to design the user interface for adding a question and its multiple choice. Okay, so we have to create an index.html page, and inside of this HTML page we should have our user interface, our controls, and control should be based out of accepting a question, and along with the question it should accept all the choices, multiple choices. Okay, so let's have a look. Inside of template folder we have one index.html, and if I jump on this index.html page, so you can see here inside of form, I have a one HTML code. Okay, one HTML stuff. So in a label we have write down the question, and we are accepting a question. Okay, through this name attribute, you know that how to take a data through a HTML page and what are the attributes. So here we have a name attribute. Okay, and this name attribute will accept the we have a question type of variable. So whenever we enter a question name, so that question will gonna store inside of this question variable. Okay, another we have a four different labels for choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4, and four different text boxes for, you can see here, name equal to choice 1, name equal to choice 2, no, name equal to choice 3, and name equal to choice 4, and the last is your submit button. So this question, this choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and choice 4 is gonna accept your values and will take your values, definitely. Okay, now we need a URL. So we have created a one default URL inside of our exam application. So inside of our exam application URLs, we have a first URL, and we have just set the index.html as a default page. So that's why the first argument your URL pattern, which is empty, and the second we are retrieving a index function from views.index file, and third one is your URL name, that is URL name is the index. Okay, so in a views file, in a views.py file, you can see here I have created a one function save data. Why? Because I'm going to show you in index.html. Here for form, on the submission of form, I have set the action URL, and the name of URL is save data, and it is going by the post method. Okay, so that's why in views we have created a save data function name, and I'm just using if request dot method equal to post. That means if the request is coming through a post method, then it allows to enter of this inside of this if block. Okay, and through this request dot post we are retrieving a values. Okay, so question dot, like you can see here, we have a question. It will accept your question, then choice 1 will accept your first choice, choice 2 will accept your second choice, and so on. So in views.py file, similarly, we are retrieving a data from choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and choice 4, and we are keeping all these values in a different variable. Like in question variable, we have a question in choice 1, we have a choice 1, in choice 2, we will have a choice 2, and in choice 3, choice 4, we will get all the values. Okay. So if I'm going to show you, if I run the server and if I go show you the user interface, okay, I have to go inside of this directory. So my site is my directory. That's it. Okay. Now you can see this is our user interface. Okay. So what happened exactly? I'm accepting a value and I can show you the models. Here we have a models. So question is my class name, that means my table name. Question text is my column name to accept the question. Choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4 is another column name. Okay. So here we have a total 5 columns: question text and choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4. And as you know that ID is the default. By default we will get the id column, and id column is always auto incremented. Okay. And if you're going to check the database, so in db.sqlite is our default database. Okay. And here you can check exam.question. So here we have a question id column, question text, choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, and choice 4. So this is our database. Okay. We'll have a look. So inside of this page, let's go in index.html. Whatever the data we are submitting, that data will go here. And as you know that we have write down the query. So in a question, first is this your column name, which is your question text. Second is one is your variable name. If I do a mouse over, you can see question text. Okay, this is your column name, and this question is variable name. So this is your variable name. Then choice 1 in another is column name. Then choice 1, this is your variable. So you know that here we have performed a two main operation. First, whatever the values are, whatever the data are coming from the HTML page, we are accepting and we are storing all the values which is coming from your index.html. We are accepting this question, choice 1, choice 2, and we are keeping all these in a different variable. Question, choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4. These are the different variables. Later on, we have created a one query question, because as you know that Django follow the object relationship mapping ORM concept. So that's why here through this question variable we are storing a value in column, and this choice 1 to the choice 1, this choice 2 to the choice 2 column name. Okay. So here we are taking a values, we are retrieving a values from variable, and we are storing inside a column name. Okay. Then create this is our object, create obj, create dot obj dot, when we call the save function, so it will save all your data. Okay. And again question dot objects dot all function, it will retrieve your data and store in your, that means we have what we are doing here, we are storing a value inside of our database in our table, and here we are retrieving all the records. Okay. So question is your table name, and objects dot all, objects means we are talking about all the id columns. Okay. In id column, you know that all the record will be saved by the unique id. Okay. And our id columns are having the primary key. So all the records we are retrieving through this all function, and we're keeping all inside of read obj variable. Then later on we are sending this read obj as a key and value pair on our result.html page. So that means when we will add a question, and after adding a questions, it will travel through a data, it will data will travel through your this URL. Okay. And here first is your default URL pattern, because default pattern, why it is a default pattern, because we are setting our index.html page as a default page. And second is views.index. So from a views, as you can see here, from dot import we have imported a views. That means we can access all the functions and variables from this views.py file to urls.py file. Okay. So views.index we have retrieved, and your URL name is index. Okay. So let's have a look. If I'm going to add a question like what is ML. Okay, so choice is algorithm. I'm giving a just random choice. Algorithm, data structure, or AI application. I'm just entering a choices. Then it's a machine learning. Okay, so when I click on this, all the data will travel through the URL and will access our view function, index function. As you can see here inside of our views, we have our save data function, and it will save, first of all, it will save your data. Second, it will retrieve your data, and you will get a result on result.html page. So when I submit, yes, you can see this is our save data URL called. Then later on result.html, we send the response on result.html. Okay, and I will show you a result.html page also here. In result.html, you can just pause this video and you can write down your code. Okay, so here, this is just for a little bit, you're adding a CSS part, and display multiple choice question. Okay, so questions, choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4. Okay, so this is our column name, and here we use the loop for I in read obj. And if you remember, so views, we have retrieved all the questions and we stored in read obj variable, and we are sending this, we are sending along with the response on result.html, we are sending a read obj as a key and value pair. Okay, so in result.html, we are using a loop for I in read obj, and I dot question text, I dot choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4. What happened exactly here, that it will retrieve, because you know that in your database, if I go and check your database again, let's have a look. So here all the records are saved by this unique ID 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have deleted some records, so 4, 8, and 9. These are the unique records, and you can see here we have a primary key also in this column. That means this column will not have your duplicate value. This column will only have a unique value, and through this ID columns we can retrieve all the records. So when I selected here, when I write down question.object.all function, that means you are selecting all the rows, all the records. And how you can retrieve a question name, by using the column name. If you have to access this question, so you can access by using the column name. If you are looking to access this choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4, by using the column name is only possible. But how to identify this record uniquely? It's a very simple, by using this ID. So this ID is called as a object. So when we call question.object.all, that means we are selecting all the objects and we are keeping all the objects in read obj. Read obj is right now, this variable is having all the records 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, this column, this all the objects, this all the objects you will have inside of this read obj, and we are sending this read obj as a queue, as a dictionary key and value pair. And here using a loop, because you know that you have a more than one record, so definitely for retrieving a more than one records, we should have to use the loop. So for I in read obj, so I by default, this I will have a 0. So when it go inside of read obj, so it will get a first ID, that means ID 1. So one dot question take, one dot choice 1, one dot choice 2, one dot choice 3, one dot choice 4. And here we have another edit and delete. So I dot ID, that means ID, we will have all these records. Okay, so that's why you can see here these choices and all the records. Okay, so this is your CRUD operation, create operation, guys. This is your create operation. We have done successfully. So you can pause the video and you can write down the code. And suppose if you have any query, you can drop your message in the comment box, and definitely I will give you the reply over there. Okay. So in next video we will see edit operation. Edit means edit and update. We will see on the next video. We'll say. Okay. So first is very important. Just do it and finish it. Thank you.